Rated Secret Jack. Just adding a little more about Missionary Canon. Make people flip. The video game. So imagine this. First of all, you got that one scroll in your hand. That's the first thing you find. And maybe even that one is not the first scroll, but that's an upgraded scroll. But the scroll that you start with is actually a sword. It turns into a sword. And I don't know. We obviously don't want people to bleed because this is not a violent game. So, for some way, somehow, you have to understand the scroll, right? And then you don't get the canon until you upgrade a little bit. But then you got to pick which scriptures you load into the canon, right? So like you got to hit somebody with a John 3. You got to hit them with the John 3, but you go into an area and some people are already immune to John 3, right? So you got to hit them with like an Ecclesiastes and Ephesians together. You got to choose which scriptures to load up as you go in and you understand. So if you go into a new area and you understand by what you encounter in the area that these people need a different kind of knowledge, they're already immune to certain kinds of knowledges, right? Because that's what their wisdom has aimed to defeat or whatever the case. So you got to go hide somewhere, select of your scriptures what you need to get into them, and then you go out and you start blasting, something like that. So you got your sword of the spirit, which is the scroll, and you got the canon. Now your canon starts off small. You only get one scroll in there at a time. You got to upgrade to where you can pack in like 10 scriptures into one shot, right? And you got to load it up into your canon, your Bible. There, you got to load the scrolls up into the Bible. But you also have to understand, because there'll be riddles and questions and things that you have to answer. You want to try to limit the writing and the selecting of the stuff and get more to action. So we got to try to figure out how to incorporate more action without making it just a brutal beat everybody and shoot everybody, right? So I was gonna add something. I can't remember exactly what it was. Something along the lines of the scroll being a sword, which would be like a light sword, not a lightsaber, but a light sword. And when you hit people, they're able to see, and then you got to blast away or whatever the case. So I don't know. Who knows what the case is on that? I'll get back to brainstorm and see what's up. But yeah, you got to select what scrolls you use to answer what questions, and not just the scrolls. I mean, like you might even get to a part where you actually get to edit scrolls, right? And the effectivity of your scroll has to do with the verses that you choose and put into the scrolls that you load into your canon, right? And you actually got to load it into the clip one scroll at a time, right? And then you could like do 3 scrolls of one thing just in case, and then your one scroll, the first one you put in, the first 3 you put in are like a combination of John, Peter, and James, and then you got 3 more shots of like Luke, Ezekiel, and Malachi, right? And you have to really understand the Bible to win the game. If you don't understand the Bible, you don't win the game. Period. You just can't. You couldn't guess it. There's no way. Yeah. All right. One mango. Needsy. Missionary Canon. Canon of the Missionary. The true game.